How tall are you? I'm 11 feet tall. Well, actually, I'm 133 over 24 feet tall, but who's counting? Now, how old are you? I'm 521 over 13 years old. Yeah, I know. You don't care how many halves or 24ths of a feet tall I am or how many 13ths of a year old I am. You mostly just care about the whole number and maybe how close I am to the next whole number of feet or years. So let's take a closer look at that 11 halves. Now, I mostly care about the whole number near 11 halves. Well, dividing 10 by 2, I can do that. That gives me a whole number of 5. So I'll write that 11 as 10 plus 1. I get 10 plus 1 over 2, and I can break that up into 10 over 2 plus 1 over 2. Of course, 10 over 2, that's 5 as planned, so I've got 5 plus a half. I'm 5.5 feet tall. Now we write numbers like this so often, numbers where we have an integer plus a fraction between 0 and 1. We write those so often that we usually just drop the plus sign out. And we write it like this. 5.5. This means 5 plus a half. Not 5 times a half, it's 5 plus a half. We call this a mixed number because we're mixing an integer and a fraction. And we're very clever about naming them too. This is the integer part. This is the fractional part. Okay, pretty obvious names. So that's a mixed number, integer part, fractional part. Fractional part is always between 0 and 1. Now let's take a look at my slight correction to my height, 133 over 24 feet. Now we know that the integer is going to be 5. It's going to be close to the 5.5. So let's see, 5 times 24, 5 times 20 is 100, 5 times 4 is 20. Add those together, that's 120. So I'm going to break the 133 into 120, and that'll leave 13 left over 24. And then as before we're going to break this up. So we have our integer part there, 120 over 24. We know that that's 5. And then our fractional part, 13 over 24. So as designed, 120 over 24 is 5. And then there's my fractional part. So it's the mixed number, 5 and 13 over 24. So that's a little bit more than 5.5. So I'm taller than 5.5 feet, at least when I'm on my tiptoes. All right, so we got how tall I am. Let's talk about how old I am. I don't often like to do that, but all right, so I said I was 521 over 13 years old. Now, how am I going to turn that into a mixed number? Well, let's see, what's the whole number going to be? I'm going to go ahead and divide 13 into 521. 13 goes into 50. Oh, 13 goes into 52 evenly. That's nice. Goes in 4 times. So that's 52. Subtract 1. 13 doesn't go into 1 at all. So that's 40 with a remainder of 1. So this equals, what do I do with the 1? I know the integer part. The integer part's going to be 40. But what is this 1 all about? Well, let's for a minute, let's think about the number line. If I take the number line, and I know, well, 13 times 40, that's 520. You saw that right there. This point, if we call this 520 over 13, the remainder of 1 means I'm 1 more 13th. I'm 1 more step past this. I'm at 521 over 13. This remainder, this 1, tells me I'm 1/13th past the whole number. So that tells me my fractional part, take the number I'm dividing in here, is the denominator. My remainder is the numerator. It gives me my fractional part of my mixed number. And you see that, yeah, I'm old. I'm old. You also see something else, or I see something else. 1/13th. That's a really small fraction. That's close to 0. So I just turned 40, which means you missed my birthday. Now you can make up for it. You can make up for it. You can still send me a present. All right, send me a present, and this present's going to help you too, because I know you're sick of seeing the same T-shirts over and over again. All right, so if you send me a T-shirt, you've got a math club T-shirt, you got a school T-shirt, you want me to, throw some props your way, send me a T-shirt, I'll wear it. I'll wear it here. All right, and I got an address for you. All right, there's the address. See, you'll be helping me out too, because if you send me T-shirts, then I won't have to do my laundry as often.